Could you fix the Cowboys defense right now, or is it unfixable?
No, 100%. I would have fixed it in a New York minute. But that being said, they couldn't pony up the money, or I would have been there.
Oh no!
And so they never ponied up, and that was why I stayed, here.
Our producer is a huge Cowboys fan. The fact that he says you say they couldn't pony up the money, he's going to go put his head in the toilet at the next commercial break.
No, but it's true. And you brought in a guy that was like 29th in the league his last 2 years at Minnesota. And, it's in the enthusiasm he brings. You saw when he left, he blamed the players, and I'm not going to talk to him. That's a guy that's going to inspire you. I don't know. I think it's this could go really bad for Dallas. Now, look, their schedule sets up pretty well for him, but this could go really bad for him.
Well, I think it's safe to say Rex Ryan really wanted that Cowboys job. Bro, still talking about it, and he throwing shots at Mike Zimmer and the Cowboys front office. But at least it's refreshing to hear kind of the behind the scenes of how these processes go and why certain things may break down. And now we know why the Cowboys kind of had that weird holding period as far as, remember when they hired Mike Zimmer, and then there was like a weekend where it was like, oh wait, he isn't officially hired just yet, and Rex Ryan was like, I don't know about that. And then come Monday, they actually made it official. Now we know why. Rex Ryan was trying to get more money up out them boys, and he was trying to let them know, hey, if you want me to come up out this booth, I need you to show me the money. And they didn't want to show him the money, right? So now we're dealing with what we're dealing with. And Rex Ryan, he's not holding back at all. He definitely sounds like the guy that got passed up for a job. And I can't say I blame him, because I do believe that Rex Ryan would have also been an excellent choice for this job. And truthfully speaking, I think when I initially talked about Rex and Zim, I think I said I wanted Rex Ryan more just because I felt like he would be able to do more with this defense. Even though Mike Zimmer, to me, in my opinion, I still think that he's a good coach. I still think that ultimately he's going to do the most that he can with the defense with what he's given. But Rex Ryan, he is not holding any punches. He says that he feels like he would have had the answers. And truthfully speaking, he probably would have had the answers, especially since essentially his day job has been to actually keep up with the NFL, keep up what's going on. So you know for a fact that he's at least immersed in the NFL product right now. And the game hasn't passed him up, quote unquote. He sees all the fancy new schemes and stuff that these young OCs are bringing in, and he understands probably how to beat some of these schemes as well, right? So I'm not saying that I'm trading on Zimmer, but this was just a very, very interesting sound bite from Rex Ryan. Now, let's hear another very, very interesting sound bite from a guy that we didn't hear from after the Baltimore Ravens game. CeeDee Lamb, taking accountability, talking about Dak Prescott.
Honestly, I got to be truthful to myself, and I played a part in that loss, a big part, honestly. And nor did my body language nor attitude approaching the situation help the situation or the outcome of the game. But
how much are you and Dak together look at this thing and say, we got to get this going, man?
No, we understand the urgency, and that's between us. We talk about it every day, every night, and our relationship has, if anything, gotten stronger. Don't let what's out there fool you. We're brothers to the end. We know that we all we got, and I tip my hat off to him. I got the utmost respect for him, and I look at him as a brother. So that, with that being said, everything is going to come out, the energy, the passion, the love, the fight. We'll make up in the end. No craziness now.
At the risk of sounding like a battered spouse that keeps going back to that abusive husband, CD, I choose to believe you this time. I know. This is like the second or third time that we've seen CeeDee Lamb essentially throw a hissy fit on the Cowboys sideline or take himself out of the game by way of his emotions kind of getting out of control. I know. But like Patrick Walker said, it's better to know somebody cares than to have to think that they don't care at all, right? And at least we know CeeDee Lamb cares. Now it's about him honing that and kind of just bottling it up so that he can use it in the right way. People brought up Dez Bryant getting emotional on the sidelines as it pertains to CeeDee Lamb and what he was doing with Dak Prescott. And the difference that I think that there is between what Dez did and what CeeDee Lamb is currently doing is Dez used to punish the people on the other side of the ball once he got upset. If he was mad in the game, if he was yelling at folks, he would go out there and abuse the opposing DBs and get physical with those guys and take his anger out on those guys. CD is just kind of taking his anger out on himself and his own offense and kind of hurting his own team when he lets his emotions take over. So That to me is the only difference. If he's been emotional and he's showing passion and it's actually having like a positive outcome on a game, go ahead, bro. Throw benches, throw Gatorade jugs, do everything you need to do. It's a football sideline. I don't want my football players acting like politicians out there, but it still has to be conducive to winning. I think that's the most important part there. The other really important part about this is the CD did address his relationship with Dak Prescott. This type of thing, combined with his mom making a comment she made about him this summer and everything else, all those things play a part in creating a perception around Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb's relationship. CeeDee went out of his way to make sure to heap praise on Dak Prescott, talk about how much he respected him, talk about how he was a brother, talk about how these type of situations right here, if anything, just makes them closer, which, I don't know, man. Dak Prescott kind of looks like he's over that stuff. He needs y'all to kind of grow up a little bit because CeeDee, at the end of the day, is just you and him out there, bro. It's you, him, and Ferg. Y'all got to stay in that thing together, bro. He can't have any of his troops falling off. But CeeDee did address this thing. I'm not going to continue to harp on it. I'm not going to hold this against CeeDee Lamb. I have a soft spot for some of my favorite players on this team. It is what it is, bro. Everybody's a little bit biased in life. If you want fair, go to see Big Tex. You ain't going to get fair here, right? But I am going to give CeeDee Lamb the benefit of the doubt this time. If he does it again and it makes us lose again and he plays a big role in us losing again, then we're going to have to start having other conversations. Then I'm going to have to be a little bit more harsh with my criticisms of how CeeDee Lamb handles adversity. But as of right now, I choose to believe CeeDee Lamb. He said what he needed to say. We just got to move on now. Move on. And in moving on, the Cowboys find themselves in a precarious situation as it pertains to the injury report for the Cowboys and New York Giants game. As of right now, it seems as if the Cowboys are going to be missing 2 defensive backs in the backfield, including 1 starter, with rookie cornerback Kalen Carson dealing with a shoulder injury, and safety Marquise Bell, one of the guys that we want to replace one of the other safeties we got back there. He's dealing with an ankle. Both those guys are listed as doubtful on the injury report. Now, the Cowboys aren't the only people dealing with injuries. The New York Giants have already ruled out one of their starting cornerbacks, Adoree Jackson, and another corner, Drew Phillips. They're both ruled out. So this is the game right here. This is the Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb game. This is the get-right game. This is the game where you got to see the offense come out and really take advantage of Giants being cornerback deficient. If you don't take advantage of this situation, I don't think we'll ever see this offense take advantage of a situation all season long. This right here is the Dak Prescott game. I know he put up almost 400 last game. This is another game where you got to put up almost 400, bro. This is your flex on them game right here, bro. We got to see something that's going to inspire some confidence from this offense. And I'm not talking about in the second half. I'm not talking about getting down there and letting Brandon Aubrey kick 65-yard field goals. We need to see the offense get going now. This is going into week 4. Now we should be seeing the offense really come into their own and kind of put their foot on the gas a little bit. No more excuses. I need to see the offense come out and perform. If not, we're going to have to keep it a buck about the offense, y'all, especially if we lose to the Giants. Oh, y'all better subscribe because it's going to get hectic over here on this channel. But something tells me, I have a sneaky suspicion, we're going to see the Cowboys offense look the way the Cowboys offense needs to look starting this week against the Giants. Dak Prescott didn't even come out and talk to the media before the game this week. That's something that he usually does not do. He usually always talks to the media. It is a short week. That's why everybody's saying he didn't do it, is because it's a short week, even though some of the other players did speak to the media. Dak is focused. He don't want to talk to the media. He said, I'm going to talk to y'all after the game is over with. And that's what I want to hear, bro, because to me, we need something positive to happen, man. And if we lose to the Giants, Mike McCarthy, you're next. We still the same old Cowboys.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Hey! I'm still them boys.